In 2025, Barron Trump, the youngest son of President Donald J. Trump and First Lady Melania Trump, has emerged as a figure of intrigue, not only for his lineage but also for his burgeoning influence in the technological and digital spheres. At just 19 years old, Barron has been praised by his father for his unbelievable aptitude in technology, and dubbed the King of the Internet during a 2024 campaign rally. These accolades, combined with his strategic contributions to his father's 2024 presidential campaign, suggest that Barron is carving a unique path within the Trump family, one that diverges from the traditional business and political roles of his siblings. This essay explores how Barron Trump's technological savvy is shaping the Trump brand in 2025, examining his background, specific contributions, and the broader implications for the Trump family's business and political empire in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. The Trump brand, historically rooted in real estate, luxury, and media, has always been synonymous with bold, high-profile ventures. However, as the digital age reshapes industries and public engagement, Barron's reported tech skills and strategic insights into new media platforms are positioning him as a pivotal figure in modernizing the Trump brand. From advising on podcast appearances to potentially influencing tech-related business ventures, Barron's role highlights a generational shift in how the Trump family navigates influence, branding, and public perception. This analysis will critically assess the evidence of Barron's tech influence, the context of his contributions, and how they align with or challenge the establishment narrative surrounding the Trump family's activities in 2025. Barron Trump's background and emergence in the public eye. Barron William Trump, born on March 20, 2006, in New York City, has largely remained out of the public spotlight compared to his older half-siblings, Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany Trump. Raised primarily by his mother, Melania Trump, and her parents, Victor and Amelia Noves, Barron grew up in the opulent surroundings of Trump Tower and Mar-a-Lago, with an upbringing described as private and grounded despite the family's high-profile status. Sources describe him as an bold soul who is smart, well-spoken, and well-read, suggesting a maturity and intellect that set him apart early on. Barron's education has been a blend of elite institutions and a focus on privacy. After graduating from Oxbridge Academy in West Palm Beach, Florida, in May 2024, he enrolled at New York University's Stern School of Business, breaking from the family tradition of attending the University of Pennsylvania or Georgetown. His choice of NYU, located in the heart of New York City where he spent much of his childhood, reflects a desire to carve his own path while remaining close to his roots. His fluency in 3 languages, as noted by Melania Trump, and his reported technological prowess, as highlighted by his father, indicate a multifaceted skill set that positions him uniquely within the Trump family. In 2024, Barron began to step into the public eye, particularly during his father's presidential campaign. Unlike his siblings, who have been deeply involved in the Trump organization or political roles, Barron's contributions were more subtle but strategically significant. His mother, Melania, and campaign advisors credited him with advising Donald Trump on media appearances, particularly podcasts, that appealed to younger, digitally native audiences. This role earned him the moniker, King of the Internet, from his father, a title that underscores his influence in navigating the digital landscape. Barron Trump's technological aptitude. Donald Trump's public praise of Barron's tech skills has been a recurring theme in 2025. In a Fox News interview with Laura Ingraham, aired on March 19, 2025, the day before Barron's 19th birthday, Donald recounted an anecdote illustrating Barron's technological savvy. "I turn off his laptop. I go back 5 minutes later, he's got his laptop. I said, 'How'd you do that?' 'None of your business, Dad,' Barron reportedly responded. Donald concluded, "He's got an unbelievable aptitude in technology." This story, while anecdotal, suggests Barron possesses a natural proficiency with computers and technology, a skill set that stands out in a family traditionally associated with real estate and politics. While specific details about Barron's technical abilities remain limited, likely due to his private nature and the family's controlled media narrative, the repeated emphasis on his tech skills by his father and media outlets points to a deliberate effort to highlight this aspect of his persona. Sources like the Hindustan Times and Daily Mail have echoed Donald Trump's sentiments, noting that Barron's abilities could steer him toward a career in technology rather than the family's traditional domains. This narrative aligns with broader trends in 2025, where technology, particularly artificial intelligence, AI, digital assets, and social media, is reshaping industries and public engagement. Barron's reported tech influence extends beyond personal anecdotes to tangible contributions. During the 2024 campaign, he advised his father to appear on podcasts hosted by figures like Joe Rogan, Logan Paul, Nelk Boys, and Theo Von, platforms that resonate with Gen Z and millennial audiences. These appearances, which garnered millions of views, marked a strategic shift from Donald Trump's traditional reliance on television to a focus on digital media. Campaign advisor Jason Miller described Barron as an unofficial podcast advisor, noting that every suggestion Barron's made has been a goldmine for ratings. This move not only broadened Donald Trump's reach but also modernized the Trump brand's approach to engaging younger demographics, a group historically less aligned with the Republican base. Shaping the Trump brand in 2025. The Trump brand has long been a powerful force in real estate, media, and politics, characterized by luxury, spectacle, and controversy. In 2025, as Donald Trump embarks on his second term as president, the brand is undergoing a transformation, partly driven by Barron's influence in the digital realm. This section explores how Barron's tech-savvy approach is reshaping the Trump brand across three key areas: media strategy, business ventures, and public perception. Modernizing media strategy. Barron's influence on his father's 2024 campaign media strategy was a game-changer. By steering Donald Trump toward podcasts and social media platforms, Barron tapped into the preferences of younger audiences who consume content on platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and X. Melania Trump noted in a December 2024 Fox and Friends interview that Barron brought in so many young people because he understood that the young generation doesn't sit in front of TV anymore. They are all on the tablets, they are on the phones and all of these podcasts and streamers. This shift was particularly evident in Donald Trump's appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast, which amassed over 20 million views within hours. Other appearances on platforms hosted by Logan Paul, Nelk Boys, and Theo Von similarly garnered significant attention, with clips circulating widely on social media. Barron's role as a strategic advisor highlights his understanding of digital culture and his ability to translate that into political capital. This move not only expanded Donald Trump's voter base but also rebranded the Trump campaign as more accessible and relevant to younger demographics, a critical factor in the 2024 election victory. In 2025, this digital-first approach continues to shape the Trump brand. The administration's engagement with social media platforms, particularly X, reflects a continuation of Barron's influence. Posts on X from 2024 describe Barron as the strategist behind Donald Trump's male-centered, fact-check-free podcasts to capture the bro vote, indicating his role in crafting a targeted media strategy. While these posts are not conclusive evidence, they reflect a public perception of Barron as a digital innovator within the Trump orbit, enhancing the brand's relevance in a tech-driven world. Tech-related business ventures beyond politics. Barron's tech influence is evident in his involvement in business ventures that align with the Trump family's entrepreneurial legacy. In July 2024, Barron briefly incorporated a company called Trump, Fulcher and Roxburgh Capital Inc. in Wyoming, alongside high school classmate Cameron Roxburgh and luxury real estate expert Carter Fulcher. Although the company was dissolved 4 months later, reports indicate it is set to relaunch in spring 2025, focusing on high-end real estate projects, including golf courses and properties in Utah, Arizona, and Idaho. While this venture is rooted in real estate, a traditional Trump domain, its structure and ambition suggest a tech-infused approach. The use of Mar-a-Lago as the company's principal address and the involvement of young, digitally savvy partners like Roxburgh point to a modernized take on the Trump brand. Roxburgh noted that Barron received private advice from his father but emphasized the venture's independence from the Trump organization, suggesting Barron's intent to establish his own identity. Additionally, a post on X from September 2024 described Barron as the DeFi visionary for World Liberty Financial, a cryptocurrency venture led by Donald Trump as the chief crypto advocate, with Donald Jr. and Eric as Web3 ambassadors. While this information is inconclusive without further verification, it aligns with Barron's reported tech aptitude and suggests his involvement in digital asset initiatives, a growing sector in 2025. The Trump family's foray into cryptocurrency, including Trump Mobile's integration of digital financial services, reflects a broader trend of leveraging technology to expand the brand's financial footprint. Barron's role, even if symbolic, positions him as a bridge between the Trump brand's traditional business model and emerging tech-driven markets. Influencing public perception. Barron's tech influence extends to shaping public perception of the Trump brand. His reserved demeanor, described as calm and poised, contrasts with the more outspoken personas of his father and siblings, offering a fresh, relatable face for the brand. Social media reactions to Donald Trump's King of the Internet comment highlight Barron's growing online following, with fans praising his behind-the-scenes influence. This perception aligns with the Trump brand's evolution from a polarizing, spectacle-driven entity to one that seeks to connect with younger, tech-savvy audiences. In 2025, as the Trump administration navigates a complex tech policy landscape, Barron's influence could extend to shaping how the family engages with emerging technologies like AI, digital assets, and social media regulation. The administration's tech policies, influenced by figures like Elon Musk and initiatives like Project 2025, emphasize deregulation, AI development, and digital asset growth. While there is no direct evidence linking Barron to these policies, his reported tech skills and strategic insights suggest he could play an advisory role, particularly in areas like social media strategy or digital branding. Broader implications for the Trump brand. Barron Trump's tech influence has significant implications for the Trump brand in 2025, particularly in the context of a second Trump administration and a rapidly evolving technological landscape. This section examines how his contributions align with broader trends and the potential challenges and opportunities they present. Navigating the digital age. The Trump brand's success has historically relied on media dominance, from Donald Trump's television appearances to the family's real estate branding. In 2025, however, the digital age demands a new approach. Barron's focus on podcasts and social media reflects an understanding of this shift, positioning the Trump brand to remain relevant in a world where traditional media is losing ground to digital platforms. This shift is particularly critical given the administration's tech policy priorities, which include modernizing federal technology, supporting digital assets, and addressing perceived biases in big tech. Barron's ability to navigate these platforms could help the Trump family maintain its influence in a fragmented media landscape, where platforms like X and TikTok shape public discourse. His reported role in World Liberty Financial, if verified, would further align the Trump brand with the growing cryptocurrency market, a sector poised for significant growth in 2025. Generational transition. Barron represents a generational transition for the Trump brand, bridging the gap between his father's traditional business and political legacy and the tech-driven future. While Donald Jr., Eric, and Ivanka have focused on real estate and political roles, Barron's tech aptitude suggests a new direction. His education at NYU's Stern School of Business, combined with his reported tech skills, positions him to lead the family's ventures into digital markets, from real estate tech to digital finance. This transition is not without challenges. The Trump brand's association with controversy and ethical concerns, as highlighted by governance experts, could complicate Barron's efforts to establish credibility in the tech world. His youth and relative inexperience may also limit his immediate impact, requiring him to balance his family's legacy with his own ambitions. However, his reported independence, as seen in the real estate venture, suggests a desire to carve a distinct path. Ethical and political considerations. The Trump family's business ventures, including those potentially influenced by Barron, raise ethical questions, particularly in the context of Donald Trump's presidency. The New York Times reported that the family's recent deals, including cryptocurrency and real estate projects, pose unprecedented conflicts of interest. Barron's involvement in ventures like World Liberty Financial, if substantiated, could draw scrutiny, especially given the administration's pro-crypto policies. Moreover, the administration's tech policies, such as deregulation of AI and digital assets, align with the interests of tech figures like Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, who have ties to the Trump administration. Barron's tech influence, while currently limited to media strategy and early business ventures, could intersect with these policies, raising questions about the intersection of family business and public policy. A critical examination of the establishment narrative suggests that while Barron's tech skills are celebrated, they may also serve as a strategic tool to enhance the Trump brand's legitimacy in tech circles, potentially deflecting criticism of conflicts of interest. Critical analysis of the narrative. The narrative surrounding Barron Trump's tech influence, while compelling, requires critical scrutiny. Much of the information comes from Donald Trump's public statements and media reports, which may be shaped by the family's branding strategy. The anecdote about Barron's laptop skills, for instance, is lighthearted but lacks specifics about his technical expertise. Similarly, his role as a DeFi visionary in World Liberty Financial, as mentioned in an X post, lacks corroboration from primary sources, suggesting it may be speculative or promotional. The Trump family's history of leveraging media to enhance their brand raises questions about whether Barron's tech influence is being amplified to align with the administration's tech-friendly policies. For example, the emphasis on Barron's tech skills coincides with the administration's focus on AI, digital assets, and deregulation, as outlined in executive orders and Project 2025 recommendations. This alignment could be strategic, positioning Barron as a modern, relatable figure to counter criticisms of the Trump brand's outdated business model. However, Barron's tangible contributions, particularly in the 2024 campaign, are supported by multiple sources, including Melania Trump and campaign advisors. His ability to identify podcasts that resonated with younger audiences demonstrates a genuine understanding of digital culture, suggesting that his influence, while possibly exaggerated, is not entirely fabricated. The challenge lies in separating fact from narrative, particularly given the Trump family's penchant for self-promotion. Conclusion. In 2025, Barron Trump's tech influence is reshaping the Trump brand by modernizing its media strategy, informing new business ventures, and enhancing its appeal to younger, digitally native audiences. His strategic contributions to the 2024 campaign, particularly in leveraging podcasts and social media, have broadened the Trump brand's reach and relevance. His involvement in ventures like Trump, Fulcher and Roxburgh Capital Inc. and potential ties to World Liberty Financial suggest a shift toward tech-infused business models, aligning with broader trends in digital assets and real estate tech. However, Barron's influence must be viewed critically, given the Trump family's history of strategic branding and the potential for conflicts of interest. While his tech skills and strategic insights are promising, they are currently supported by anecdotal evidence and media narratives rather than concrete achievements. As Barron continues his education at NYU and explores his entrepreneurial ambitions, his role in the Trump brand will likely evolve, potentially positioning him as a key figure in bridging the family's legacy with the demands of the digital age. The broader implications of Barron's influence extend beyond the Trump brand to the intersection of technology, politics, and ethics in 2025. As the Trump administration navigates a complex tech policy landscape, Barron's tech-savvy perspective could inform its approach, particularly in engaging younger demographics and leveraging emerging technologies. Whether he chooses to fully embrace technology, business, or a hybrid path, Barron Trump's influence in 2025 marks a pivotal moment in the evolution of the Trump brand, signaling a new chapter in its storied history.